We're three guys who like to talk pinball, so we came up with a clever name. We're Joel and Travis down who talk pinball, and we call ourselves Triple Drain, Triple Drain, Triple Drain. We're Triple Drain.
We are here. We are here. We did not retire. We did not quit. We I don't know. Insert excuse here. That's why we didn't record in January.
Joel was holding out for more money. He is such a freaking diva behind the scenes. Yep. So I had to take him on a sailboat, and that convinced him. He's like, "Oh, okay."
Yep, that
take
was
him
it.
dolphin watching, and he wants to podcast more now.
I would love to blame. Honestly, okay. So
I thought he was going to blame me.
No, we recorded in December, and then we recorded with Loser Kids in December as well, which was great. And then early January, we're like, let's wait. You know, there should be a reveal here soon. Let's wait. And then obviously the Pokemon reveal just keep push back. And then people got busy. And then we're like, oh, we'll go to Pinball at the Beach. We'll record after that. And whatever. Long story short, we're here now. But here's
the true story. Joel was on a darkness retreat for like a couple months.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, he's like, it's like, guys, I don't have time for this anymore. Yeah. I'm gonna take a few months off, and then Wednesday comes, and he's like streaming.
Isolation.
That's what it was. Yeah, I really just needed to focus in.
You needed to lock in. Is that what it was?
That's what it was. I was too distracted. No, I appreciate in the most loving way the people that came up to us at Pinball at the Beach, going, "Where is Triple Drain? Where's I think one of the guys, was it Lee? Is that his name? He was like, look, I go to my pinball browser, or I go to my podcast browser, nothing. And I'm like, I know. But we're here now.
Oh, I decided to keep count. I was asked no less than 22 times.
It was
in a 3-day time span. I'm like,
I know.
I'm like, guys, we're two idiots and me, so it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
just kidding.
Famous Tom quote, right?
I'm just kidding. Tom's lovely. Oh, we've had all kinds of famous quotes lately. What'd you say the other day? 8.
Hey, pal. Is that what I?
There's hey, pal. There's I said 8 spots shotted. That's what it was.
Spots shotted. I said it twice. Spots shotted. I said it twice on the Foo Fighters tutorial. Shout out to Ray Day and pointing out all the things I missed on that tutorial. Apparently, his combo lights were not as obvious as I thought they were, or as obvious as he thinks they are. So,
okay.
No, I'm just.
Here we go. We're gonna.
Ray
Day. We're gonna shit on you first 5 minutes.
When Ray sends me a Facebook message going, watching the tutorial now, and then the line, "Oh, this is painful," and I'm like, "Oh, Ray, I'm trying, dude. I'm trying as best I can."
Did you see Ray at Stern, Travis?
I did not. I texted him. He's like, I'm a couple of miles away. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I too am a couple of miles away, and then we stopped talking to each other. So
that's smart.
Yeah.
I do want to give a shout out to Martin. Life. There was a guy named Martin at Pinball at the Beach that was wearing a Triple Drain shirt. It always makes me so happy when I see a Triple Drain shirt. And yeah, he's from, what was it? It was either Sweden or Switzerland. One of those. I know those are very different countries.
Sweden, I believe.
Those are very different countries. But the fact that he flew all the way over and wore the shirt, awesome. So it was great talking to him and meeting him. So big shout out there. But
and then Joel, then I'll let you go on. I have to also give a shout out to Mike and Teddy from Hangar Pinball, Tulsa,
great
Oklahoma.
People.
Yep, they're awesome. They helped out with the sailboat, although there was somebody else involved. I don't know if they want to be name dropped, but they helped out the sailboat, and then they did what was it, karaoke?
Yeah,
on Saturday night. So they had up the karaoke and all that. And unfortunately, Joel and I did not get to sing, Tom, because we accidentally wandered over to the bar. And I had a margarita. Or
Travis put in work. Travis put in work with. There was a lot of old fashions that he was consuming. It was great. It was a great time. Shout out to Mike. Mike admitted more than once that I think he falls asleep listening to this podcast. So good night, Mike. Tuck in. I hope you're warm. I hope you're cozy. Get some good rest. You're gonna have a good day tomorrow. But just turn your brain off and go to bed. Okay.
It's always a solid comment,
Yeah.
Tom, have you noticed that?
We take that as a positive.
Well, there's I've had so many men come up to me and say, or even like wives, my husband falls asleep to your guys' voices. And I'm well, you should see how much they pay for Tom's OnlyFans. I don't out them, though.
Sounds of Triple Drain.
Well, so I just real quick, I know I'm not trying to bury the lead here, but we're going to talk about Pokemon. We're absolutely going to talk about Pokemon.
Travis is a Pokemon expert. It says it right on the screen.
Oh my God.
Which you're not going to see.
So I've gone from, I know we'll talk about this a little bit later. I've gone from understanding like 5% of it, just playing Pokemon Go, right? Because Monica makes me. And then I find out Monica's like a huge Pokemon fan. And then I find out I've been pronouncing it wrong this entire time. It's Pokemon, but we talked about this yesterday. So I'm going Pokemon.
I think it's Pokemon. No. Well, you can go Pokemon.
Right. Yeah.
It's one of those.
Yeah, it's one of those. So
it's one of those.
Yeah, I found out Monica is like a huge fan. And now she's like, okay, like we go from we're going to save money and really lock down this quarter one to, hey, is there going to be a new pinball machine when I get back home from work? And I'm like,
yeah, the kids will talk to you again. Your daughters will love it.
I think maybe my wife will talk to me again as long as I have a Pokemon pinball machine. I'll get
she
in
was
her
at
good
Pinball
graces.
Beach, and she was great. So
yeah, she's awesome.
Monica's awesome. She doesn't listen to us. She admitted she doesn't listen to the show, but she's great.
She hears me talk enough. She doesn't need to listen to me.
True. Pokemon's pretty great. It came out when I was in 5th grade. My brother had Pokemon Blue. I had Pokemon Red. We both beat those games, and I remember distinctly Mrs. Carr's class. Shout out to Miss Carr, who took away, actually no shout out to you, because she took away my instruction manual. I had my Game Boy Red Pokemon instruction manual hidden behind my history book, and I was reading the instruction manual, and she noticed, and she took it. So I don't know where you're at, Mrs. Carr, but I hope you don't have a good day, because I still remember.
Mrs. Carr, I salute you. That is a good move. Joel was not paying attention in class and wasting your time.
No. I'm just glad this didn't happen to Jared, because if we would have been like, hey, this happened to Jared, there would have been like 50 people finding Miss Carr like somewhere. She would have been doxxed within a day.
Took away my Pokemon manual. Anyways, we're going to talk about Pokemon, but I do want to wrap up real quick. Pinball at the Beach was awesome. Pinball at the Beach is a fantastic show. The summary of Pinball at the Beach is I've always done Pinball Expo in Chicago and TPF, both fantastic shows. And so if you're wondering, should I go to Pinball at the Beach? If your goal is to play as much pinball as possible, then TPF or Expo are probably the better options. If your goal is to meet as many industry people as possible, probably go to Pinball Expo. It's in Chicago. That's where everybody is. But if your goal is to have fun, like just a fun time, it's so much more social. They only sell 1,000 tickets. They didn't sell out. So it's a smaller venue. It's more intimate, but yet it's not crowded. The longest line all day is like maybe 3 people deep. But most games don't even have a line. You can just walk up and play. And what's awesome is you can just play pinball for 2-3 hours, and then you can step out of the tent or the pavilion and you're at the beach, and there's amazing food all within walking distance, multiple restaurants, multiple bars. It's just such a enjoyable hangout. And I brought my wife this year, and she is not a pinball person, and she had a blast. So if you've ever thought about bringing kids, or you've ever thought about bringing a significant other to a pinball event, this is the one to bring them to, because worst case, they play pinball for an hour, and then they go to the pool, or they go to the beach, or they go to the bar, and that's great. And that's the thing that you don't really have that type of option at a TPF or an Expo. So had an amazing time. It was
just
awesome.
Don't room with Neil McRae. That's all.
Well, Neil McRae.
Now the real question is Tom Graf going to show up next year?
You never say never.
Because the autograph session was only 2.5 hours, but if you show up, holy shit. Like 8 hours at least?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
Kerry Hardy's going to have to sit on the sidelines if Tom Graf shows up. I'm just saying.
It was awesome. And really, I loved everybody that said hi and the conversations we were able to have and just be able to play and just hang out. And it was a really good time. But really, I mean, at the end, my wife genuinely had a great time. And I asked her, I said, what are the chances that we will come back next year? Because it was just my wife and I that went. And her answer was 65%. 65% chance.
Wow.
There you go.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's better than 64%.
Sure is. Sure is. So Pinball at the Beach was awesome. Yeah, really, really good time.
Tom, what's the percentage you show up? Percentages, Tom.
64.
68.
Tom, come 60. To the dark side. See, Tom's going to Indisc. He wants to play for World Championships.
He likes that.
See, that's the difference, Joel. I chose Disney World and sailboats and dolphin watching and hanging out with you over, a pinball tournament.
Having fun at a pinball show or getting my butt kicked at a pinball tournament. I choose
fun.
My butt kicked.
Travis, honest question here. Do you think you drank more drinks than you played games of pinball?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
but here's the thing there. Here's the thing though. I was never drunk.
No.
Like the key is, and I figured this out, and this might be like this might be the Native American in me too. So for those scoring at home, I'm actually a third or sixth, whatever 66% is, 2/3 Native American.
God,
math. Like I said, 64% is lower than 65. It is early, okay? I've been having to deal with everything.
I know. Anyways, it's been a long week for you.
The point being is I realize certain alcohol will go through my system faster. It's not a stereotype. It's literally a biological fact. And I've had to live with this biological fact after celebrating my 21st birthday 22 times. So knowing this, I space it out. I make sure I get a good breakfast in the morning. I don't do mimosas, at least at pinball. If I'm in Vegas, okay, it's mimosa time, but that's near here nor there. But I make sure to space it out properly, and we just go from there. So it's just fun, right, Joel? You go to the bar, you have a margarita, you go, talk to some people. You might see a pinball designer or two or somebody in the industry. You're like, hey, we need to get a drink, and then you go get a drink. And do you talk about pinball at all? No, you don't. And that's what's cool about it. You talk about anything else but pinball. So it's kind of like, that's great. Yeah, it's because great. You forget these people that are in this industry, they have lives outside of pinball. They have families. They have other hobbies. So that's truthfully the cool part. And then, of course, if you do want to talk pinball, you can go ahead and do that. But
plenty of people to talk pinball.
Coming back around to it, Joel, yes, I drank more drinks than pinball games. I might have played maybe 11 pinball games this year, like total games. And probably like 5 of those or 4 of those are Beetlejuice, and 2 of those were Winchester.
Yep, I was similar boat with the games. I don't drink a ton, and so you can absolutely you can go to pinball at the beach without drinking a ton. Like if that's not, so don't have that be a turnoff.
No.
It's a great time.
Yeah. You're still allowed in the bar. I saw plenty of kids getting virgin daiquiris all weekend, Tom. And they looked fine. I mean, a couple of it was questionable, but still, they were good. It was fine.
Okay. So, what I will say is, at Pinball at the Beach, multiple games on Beetlejuice. I had a chance to play a few games on Evil Dead. Still a great game. Played some Dune. Still a great game. Winchester. Still a great game. Seeing Keith Elwin play Winchester for the first time was a pretty amazing experience. When you see somebody like really good at pinball just step up to a game for the first time and just start hitting shots like it's nothing, it's a gut punch, but at the same time, it's a magical thing to experience. Like, it's really cool to see somebody at that level play a game that well. And then also played Harry Potter a bunch. There was a bunch of Harry Potter games there, and what a great game. Like, really, what a great game. I will say, my wife and I both had an entire game where neither of us started a lesson. So the scoop is still hard to hit. And that's all I got to say about that.
Was this before
is your
or
wife
after?
still mad at you for not having a Dune?
Well, okay. I don't know. Maybe this isn't a complete. I'm getting a Dune. Dune is coming. I told Zach, I was like, finally, I need to commit to this. Sign me up for Dune. So I'm in the final, the initial, whatever, the late run, the March run. So we are getting a Dune, and that was really funny, introducing my wife to people, and so many people were like, so how do you like Dune? Like they know Nicole likes Dune, and she would light up every time because she likes Dune. So
what's leaving?
Nothing. Well, Godzilla's going to go to my parents. Godzilla, I'm going to give them a game that they can blow up and have a great time. So Godzilla's going to my parents, and Dune will be right there. Let's talk about Beetlejuice real quick. Beetlejuice. Travis and I both had multiple games on Beetlejuice. I'm going to let you talk first, Travis. What were your initial impressions? What are your thoughts on Beetlejuice?
So it's an interesting thing. The first game I played, we played one ball and we had to walk away. And it wasn't because the game was bad. It was just a super long player. The way that they had it set up, we tried to play a 3-player game. I think it was, I had the player you mentioned earlier that was on Winchester, and he played freaking forever. And then
that guy.
Yeah. Then Monica came up and she played for like 5 minutes at least. She played for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
And then I came up and I played for a while. And then I just realized, okay, this game is not going to drain. And I think it's mainly because if you looked at every game, Joel, it's like the left outlane post. They had it nearly all the way down, I think. So, and then there was like some type of right gate, Tom, like on the outlane that just stayed up the whole entire time. So it was near impossible to lose a ball. If you had a pulse, you were going to play forever. Like the
gate was similar to the gate on Harry Potter, the Protecto, Patron. Like it's like, but
Protego,
it was always up. It was always up.
Yeah.
So if that ball went out the outlane, doesn't matter. That gate was up.
It was coming back. Yeah, it was.
You could not drain out the right side.
Tom, it was like you were going bowling with like the safety bumpers up or the child bumpers up the whole time. Like it had the training wheels on. So, I get why to do that, but at the same time, for me personally, I don't know about for Joel, but for me personally, it's hard to get a tell on like how a game's going to play if it has like endless ball save and has all that. But, I will say, I think the game is a real looker. The art, freaking fantastic. It might be one of like the top 5 art packages I've seen in pinball. So if people are into that, it'll be excellent. It'll be great.
If you have one on order, I mean, as much as the art pops,
sell it now.
I think if you could upgrade to the butter cabinet, I think you'd like that. I mean, the art pops so much, so I have no idea that I assume the butter cabinet would even just take it to another level.
And I know it's an overused term, like we talked about them before, like color pops and stuff like that. And I take my C I got in art back in high school, so I know art, obviously. But it looks great.
You don't know math.
No, I don't know math. No, that's for a wife. I got a C in math also, Joel. So, but the game looked fantastic. In terms of how it played, it's very tough. And I'll say this across the board for any game, any manufacturer that's at a show. It's so incredibly tough to get games set up properly and keep them playing proper all weekend long when they're being played nonstop. So I'm mindful of that. It's not like I'm setting up in a controlled environment where I'm the only one. I can hear the sounds. It's perfectly level. So, I always give grace for that. And I try to look at it from the point of view of how will this game shoot based on my understanding of geometry. And I have to pull that knowledge from previous eras, previous games played. So that's kind of where I'm at on it. Starting out with the good, I did like the left orbit when it worked. Like that left orbit, when it went all the way around and it looped back, I thought that was a cool shot. And when I say when it worked, if the game was, leaning to the right, that shot was not going to work. If it's too high of a pitch, it just didn't have enough power to go up there sometimes. So again, I played 4 different models, so your mileage may vary just on setup, but when it cleared it, it was pretty cool. And I did like how, Joel, the upper flipper, you could hold it up. Yeah. And you actually hit the backside of the upper flipper when you go through the left orbit, and then it feeds back down into the scoop. I think that's a pretty cool shot and a cool take on, a classic, like let's have an upper flipper and kind of like Star Trek or like Ninja, whatever, to where you hit it from behind, or James Bond. So that was a little bit different. It's in a different spot. Other than that, one thing that stood out to me that I liked a lot more that I didn't think I would was the camera targets, the 2 stand-up targets. And I think it's just
in the middle.
Yeah. Like I will freely admit, I'm not a fan of a bunch of stand-ups in the middle. So like that doesn't resonate with me with the Beetlejuice layout, but I can say the way that they implement it, those 2 targets with the camera and kind of everything going out on the play field, but that one target flashing and knowing that you need to hit it. It was pretty clear on that point what you're supposed to do. And I think it actually led to a multi-ball, because I know if I spammed it enough,
there's a hurry up associated with it.
Yeah, it felt like things were happening. So, but that's the things I really liked. Ramps are fine, orbit's fine. The spinner shot into the scoop, that I had a little bit harder time finding that shot. But it was cool when you could hit it. I'm talking about the spinner that was connected to the left back. Yep. I mean, it was that was a tougher shot for me. And the sandworm was the one thing I was really curious about, because I was thinking it was going to do a bunch of stuff. And I think if I had the one critique over it, that I wish, since that's the main mech to the game, that it was available closer to the start button, because it was taking 4, 5, 6, 7 hits sometimes to the targets.
Well,
to release
maybe
it
you
down.
don't know. So the way that works is there's 3 targets. There's a main target.
No,
front,
I'm familiar with how it works.
But you have to hit it. It's a hurry up. Like you have to hit all 3 in a short period.
I understand that, which relies on skill of a player to unlock something that's your main mech. I think that should be so much closer to the start button for somebody. Like have it be open, let people hit it, and then you go to that second level.
Oh, so you're saying start with it open
100%.
Just to hit it once.
Yeah, because what you just described, you're gating your best mech behind doing a bunch of other stuff.
Interesting.
That people may not do because the game was set up super easy and it was still taking a while to get to that point. So
I mean, I got to it. My wife got to it, but I hear what you're saying. I mean, I see what you're saying though. If you're
that's like my one critique.
Okay. Right.
That's just my one critique. But I mean, overall, I don't know. The sandworm, I was interested to see how like the lower playfield would do. I guess below it, I don't know if you'd call it that. I'm not even sure. But I found myself not generally noticing anything happening with that. And I don't know if that's because of just how it is or if there's just not code with that, or I don't know. My expectations were a little bit different than what I saw there. But overall, I mean, the sandworm eats the ball. So if you're into that, like that happens. But generally, I don't know. The sandworm itself, I thought the mech was going to do a lot more than what it did early on. And I even looked over at Joel and I said, you know what? I like the D&D dragon more because I was thinking maybe it could be something where you're hitting it a lot and more things are happening. But
with the way the jaw reacts on the D&D dragon.
Yeah. Maybe I just didn't notice it. Like I said, I need to play it more. It was at a show. Like I'm not going to write it off or anything like that. That's just like my first impression. So don't fire off all your arrows at me yet. Send them to Joel.
I mean, tripledrain@gmail.com.
I mean, overall, I kept playing it. Other people were playing it.
There was lines the whole time.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's a great first take. I would say. So on the sandworm mech, what I like about it was, I mean, once I understood that, Bug was initially like, oh yeah, if it was just hit the 3 targets, like it would be the easiest mech in the world. But maybe they do that for the first multi-ball.
100%. It needs to be. And
then they have the hurry up aspect for every multi-ball after that. What I did like is I think they already have 3 multi-balls programmed in. So there is variety there. So every time I played, I was getting different multi-balls. One of them, once it starts, the worm is up. And then you had to smash the action button a bunch, and it would slowly lower it down, and then it would bring it down, and then you'd have chances to hit it. And so it's like that was a cool integration of the action button. There was another one, I think it was called Gut Punch, where it was up and you had to hit below targets, and once you hit enough of those, like you're hitting it in the gut, it would come down, and then you could hit.
That's the one I couldn't really tell what was happening. That's the one I had issues with.
Well, maybe with audio or something that would be more obvious what's going on.
That's what I think too.
But I do like that if you're going to have that much of a mech, give us variety, especially if it's not like, oh yeah, the first one's always this and then the second one's always this. No, it's like I think it's random or whatever it is. But and then there was a third one. I don't remember the exact rules of that. What I do say, the mech itself moves a lot. Like there is a lot of articulation with it. I did get to the Deo mode, which was shown on the trailer, where you have to hit the different mechs to get them to either start dancing or stop dancing.
Which I will say, Joel and Tom, I'll tell you this too. I forgot to mention this on mine, so sorry for interrupting. But that is probably one of the coolest modes.
It's awesome.
I've seen in pinball. Yeah. Like it can't work. It can't work for competition at all, and you may get bored of it if you play it like 30 times. But if you play it the first few times and you give it time in between, it's hilarious. Like that mode was awesome.
That's what stood out to me was I think they've really taken they're trying to make every mode a unique moment or a unique experience like that, just that multi-ball, the fact that you're smashing the action button to get that to come down. Or I played the Beetlejuice modes. There are white arrows, so by hitting an arrow you get a Beetlejuice, so you have to get 3, and then you can start a Beetlejuice mode. But like one of those, there's this as seen on TV mode, and to play that mode you're supposed to hold the action button down, so it's a one-handed mode. What I don't understand is if you can beat the mode without doing it, because I watched a lot of people do that and almost everybody drained. As eventually they're draining with a one-handed mode play. But I'm curious if that's you get more points if you do it one-handed, or you have to finish the mode one-handed or something. I don't know.
My guess is one mode. The way I understood it, because I watched somebody that will be not named, but they know who they are. They put their knee up on the action button, and apparently it just kept all the shots open, and it looked like that the score stayed set. Oh yeah, there's a lot of points. Sense. But me, I'm not that flexible, so I just trapped up and timed it out. Because I'm like, okay, I don't want to hold down the action button. Yeah, I was timing out. I wanted to go to something else. Like
it was fun, but
he wanted to drink. Leave him alone.
Thank you, Tom Graf.
Every mode or everything I experienced. I mean, the Deo mode extremely amazing. Mode. I mean, it's a moment. It's really great. Cool. The left orbit I struggled with. Now I only played 2 different copies, so I'm very curious when I go to stream it. I mean, I'll find it. I mean, I know I'll find that shot eventually. But I also have the habit of when it's a harder shot, I don't know why I'm pushing the button harder. I just gotta push it. I'm gonna end now there. And the problem is when I do that, then I leave the flipper up. So the problem is you're using the right flipper to hit the left orbit. But like Travis said, if you leave the right flipper up, it just hits the bottom of the upper flipper and goes into the scoop. It doesn't go around the couch. So I'm like, I would hit the shot, but I'd be celebrating and still holding the flipper up like an idiot. And then it's back down. So the idea of locking a ball on the couch, you have to shoot the ball in this upper loop enough to then be able to. I never locked a ball on the couch because I couldn't.
On the right hand side, right?
Yeah, on the right hand side. Yeah, so I saw people do it. It's a very cool mech. I mean, that's the one thing. There are mechs galore in this game. The theme integration is top tier. I mean, it's really good. Beautiful game. The pulsing lights, I know that's something on the initial stream. The colorful pulsing lights were really jarring to watch it. It's not as jarring in person. It's definitely noticeable, but it's not nearly as jarring in person. So I did ask
Tom.
You think jarring. It's super jarring?
I thought it was more towards JJP than it is Stern, personally.
Oh, I mean, it's a lot of light show.
But I have old sensitive eyeballs too, so that could be it. It's probably a me problem. Yeah, it's a me problem.
Yeah. Well, I did mention it to Bug, and they did say they were going to adjust, they were going to give the ability to adjust, the brightness, obviously, like how much of a difference. Or I told them, I said, just from a streaming standpoint, if you have an option to turn it off or like a consistent GI.
So it was too much for you, Joel.
Well, I'm saying
you went straight to Bug and you tattletale, didn't you?
He's thinking of his cameras.
Exactly. Yeah. I said from a streaming standpoint, and he acknowledges, he knows that on camera it is way more drastic on camera than it is in person. So he goes, from a streaming standpoint, he understands. So I'm curious if they'll implement that. Not necessarily assuming everybody's going to then turn it on, but just to have that ability would be nice. But it was, I mean, my overall experience with Beetlejuice was, I'm excited to play this game more. I'm excited to dive into these modes more. And I do think if you're in on an order of a Beetlejuice, I think you're going to love it. And I would already place, I think this game's right up there with that Evil Dead type mech experience, mode experience. So Evil Dead is doing incredibly well. And I have no doubt that Beetlejuice is going to be right there beside it.
Overall, it's a great time to be a pinball fan. I mean, really, when you look at it, you have excellent machines coming out from pretty much everybody. I mean, just look at what we had a chance to play, right? You had Evil Dead, you had Winchester, you had Harry Potter, and of course, Stern's going to come out with multiple games a year, so you have so many at-bats to play classic games or games that are going to be great. So, Tom, are you getting a Beetlejuice?
Yes.
You are?
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
With the butter cabinet.
Ooh, getting that butter.
Are you going to turn the lights down, or are you just going to crank that shit up? What are you going to do?
I got to see it first.
Oh, okay.
We'll have to wait and see.
That's fair. I mean, that's a rational take. Joel and I are just, we're on both sides of the fence on this
Tom
one.
has the definitive view of the right way to do things. So I'll be really curious to hear what the right answer is.
Tom is just living his best life.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about for
what a freaking
Hey, you know what, Tom? Hey, this is early. This is early, Tom, but happy birthday. Happy birthday, bud. Tomorrow's his birthday. Yeah. So when everybody
Travis
just
has wished me a happy birthday every day this week.
Yep.
All you have to remember is Tom's birthday is Valentine's Day. So when
Joel
you're
doesn't
celebrating,
even care that I've done that for you.
I don't
when
care.
You're with your loved one,
when you're
think
with your
of me.
loved one, think of Tom. Yep, that's what matters. When you're with your loved one, think of Tom. So Beetlejuice is great. Good on you for getting one. I think it was interesting talking to people there at Pinball at the Beach because they're like, "Did you get one?" Yes.
Joel, can we ask Tom why did you get a Beetlejuice?
No, we're not going to ask him that. No.
Okay.
We don't have time.
I'm curious. Tom,
why? What? Yeah. Why?
We haven't had this conversation.
You pulled the trigger before you even saw it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I said I was interested, but once I saw it, I was like, this looks really cool. So I didn't want to miss out.
Yeah. Did Franchi help push you over the edge? You saw the art.
I mean, like, definitely the art on that game is spectacular, and it was on Evil Dead too. I mean, and I think Evil Dead had something to do with it because I didn't want to get Evil Dead just because of like the horror theme.
Yeah.
And Beetlejuice is a little different. But like when I play Evil Dead, I'm like, wow, this is fun. Like there's a lot of mechs in it.
Mm-hmm. I think you're going to like it a lot. Yeah. The topper is really cool in person. The spooky speak they had off, so we did not get to experience any sort of spooky speak, which made sense. I mean, it's super loud in there. There's no way that was going to work well.
Well, the best ringing endorsement I can give to Beetlejuice is I talked to multiple people that were having debates over what's better, Beetlejuice or Evil Dead. And if you know how people reacted to Evil Dead, the
fist fights broke out.
I mean, I saw a couple of guys with a couple of beers. I mean, they were having a heated discussion about it. I'm like, okay, I have to sit down. I have to listen to this.
You don't know what you're talking about.
They made some great points, and that was one of the points that they made. So I was like, oh, yeah, that's fair game.
It's great.
But the point being is people aren't writing it off immediately. If you're comparing it to something that was already considered a banger from your company, and it's already getting that direct comparison, and it's getting that debate back and forth, then your game's in a good spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Another game that's in a great spot, Winchester. Winchester had a very long line. And it was really cool that, for a lot of people, this was their first opportunity to play the game. And so there were people coming back and just playing it. And it was similar. Like I mentioned, you'd ask somebody, it's like, oh, well, what game are you getting? They're like, I got lucky. I got in on Winchester. I got lucky. I got in on Beetlejuice. So it's like these people that hit the lottery on getting lucky to get some of these games. But Winchester, I mean, I heard nothing but positive reviews from people that had a chance to play it for the first time. I obviously played it some more. And once again, I love shooting that game. I'm really excited to see what they're doing with that. It's a shame that you can't hear it. That's every pinball machine at a show, that you're missing that audio. But I played Winchester a bunch. Still an amazing game. And then I had the opportunity to play DUNE a few more times. Still loving DUNE. And believe it or not, everybody, Mr. Tom Graf over here, he bought himself a DUNE. So you have a DUNE now. It is in your basement. Let's hear your 2-week, 3-week ownership experience of DUNE Pinball by Barrels of Fun.
I haven't played it. No, just kidding. Yep. No, I'm just teasing. No, it's awesome. I really love it. I mean, it's a tough game, but I really love the risk reward of it. Like some of I think they're called prophecy modes.
Yep.
You get into those and it's like, do you want to continue or you want to collect a jackpot? And you're like, I want to continue. And then you screw up and you're like, shit.
Yeah.
And then, I'm really digging it. I think it's an excellent game. Like could be a top 10 game, honestly.
Let's go, Tom. Are you a fan of DUNE in general? Like DUNE, the franchise?
Not to the point where I'm like an avid fan like Star Wars.
Sure.
But I've seen the new movies. I like them. I remember when I was a kid and I saw like the one from the 80s and I was like, I don't like this at all. But yeah, I think that was because I was a kid and just how the movie was done. But no, I really like the new movies. So like, I think from when it first came out, the code was really bare bones, and now, you can tell they've really tied the movie in to the game and everything, and it's super well done. Obviously, the audio, Jeff from
Dirty
Pool, yeah. It's awesome. It's incredible. Really great.
That's great. I'm glad that you're loving it. I just think it's funny that, a player at your skill level with the way that your brain works with math and points and risk reward and everything are, you're saying top 10, possibly top 10 game with DUNE And then we got the other side of that, my wife, who doesn't care about any of that, and she's loving Dune. So it's just that range shows a lot, which I'm pumped. I'm pumped to get a Dune.
Oh, and there's really, like, if I was gonna pick like the best mech of last year, it would definitely be that worm, that worm mech. Like, it just does so many things.
Mm-hmm.
It grabs a ball, pulls it down out of their play field. The worm pops up. It becomes a bash toy. The magnet sinks in and goes up and drops it up on the playfield. I mean, there's just so many things it does, and it's just really cool.
The mode that I haven't played yet that I'm really excited for is the Fey. Once you spell Dune, it's not when you spell Dune. No. It's when you get 4 Bezi Gesserit awards. You get to that Fey multi-ball.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Well, you report back, because do you remember in the second movie?
I have not played the new code yet. So like, I just installed it recently. I've been busy with media days and life. Yeah.
In the second movie, do you remember the black and white kind of gladiator fight scene?
Yes. No, I have played that. Yeah.
That mode I've heard is an amazing moment and like an amazing mode.
It is spectacular.
Awesome.
Like, everything turns white, and like it's super cool.
Yeah, awesome.
The modes, I assume Eric Pripke is like the main coder there. I mean, just freaking fantastic job with that game.
Awesome. So I keep asking you this question because you look at last year. So now you have Dune. You're getting a Winchester, which is awesome. So that we'll add this to the mix later. But right now you have Dune in your house. You have Harry Potter in your house. You have Star Wars: Fall of the Empire in your house. What else you have? You have King Kong from last year as well.
There's a lot of good games that came out last year.
Yeah. So, I mean, anything standing out when you look at what you've played in the last month? Anything really standing out to you?
Not necessarily. I mean, probably more Dune, just because I just got it.
Sure.
But and that happens a lot with me. It
honeymoon,
just, like, you get your new game and you want to play it.
Yeah. What Joel is asking you, Tom, is who is winning in your household? Which manufacturer is winning? That's what he really wants to know.
That's hard to say. I don't want to.
They're all winning.
I don't want to put pressure on anybody.
You don't want to piss off anybody.
Well, it'll be interesting.
I get it.
I just found
at least you're not leaking photos. That's good.
True. I think it's great that you have Stern, that's a big manufacturer, but you have other manufacturers that are really stepping up to the bar, and then it just makes pinball that much better because the competition gets greater.
100%. Travis is holding his hand up.
Yeah, I don't want to rush you guys, but I just got notice that I have maybe like 25 minutes left.
Okay.
So I'm just letting you know.
Time to pivot.
I mean, if I have to leave early, you guys can still keep going. You guys can stress it. Yeah,
true.
You don't need me to.
I'm able
just for the sake of editing, I'm just going to leave an empty. You can just leave your camera on. Yeah,
we gotta talk. We gotta talk about
screenshot
Pokemon.
That. We're good.
Okay, so
Joel,
let's pivot
what did
to Pokemon.
you think when you played it?
Oh, funny boy, funny. So this is funny. We're recording this at 10:30.
Tom Graf.
10:30 a.m. on Friday. Pokemon's going to be revealed in an hour and a half. That's why Travis is having to leave early, because he's got to sell the game.
I got to do dealer stuff. Yep.
So Travis went there. He went to Stern for dealer day on Tuesday. He's played the game, and Tom went there on Wednesday for media day. He's played the game. I have not played the game. I've seen some grainy leaked photos, and that's it. So I'm on the outside looking in here. Just initial impressions. We let Travis go first last time. So Tom, initial impressions. You were there for media day. What are initial impressions with Pokemon Pinball by Stern Pinball?
I thought it was excellent. I'm not a Pokemon guy. I didn't play the video games. I may have bought a pack or two of cards just to kind of check it out, but I've never gotten into playing the game or anything like that. I thought it was really cool. The layout's really well done. I feel like it's a layout, somebody like myself or Travis, who's maybe in the top 250 in the world, might think it's an easy game, at least at this point. But I think this is going to really, hopefully, bring in people to pinball. I mean, it's very approachable. It's very easy to understand the rules. Like I could understand what was going on, like after 2 games. Nice. Like, okay, I know what's going on here. Like, I don't need an encyclopedia to understand the rules. You have your bash toy up the middle, which honestly was phenomenal. Like, nice. Yeah, that is a very cool toy. But overall, I thought it shot well. I mean, there's plenty of opportunities for like combos and things like that. It's, if you like a fast game, I like it, it's a fast flowy game, but it's not like Steve Ritchie fast or like Gomez's like Johnny Mnemonic fast, but it's hard to explain, but like
it's not overwhelming to
it's
the player.
Not overwhelming.
Yeah,
Thank you. Yep. Yes. Yep. Yeah, that's what I want to say.
Nice. The little bit that I've heard, I mean, there was a lot of question of who designed this, because this is Jack Danger and Gomez. So it's like, is this a Gomez layout or is this a Jack Danger layout? There's people online that think this is a direct copy of Transformers, which is not the case. What I've learned is this is like 95% Jack Danger. Jack Danger designed this entire layout. And then it was handed off to George. I think what I've heard is there was 2 shots that George had them switch. They basically, where the captive ball is and the Pikachu ramp are, initially those were switched, but then you couldn't see the captive balls. So Gomez was like, no, let's move those back so that you can see the captive ball mech. But besides that, this is almost entirely Jack Danger. And I know selfishly, I love Jack Danger layouts. I had a blast streaming Foo the other day. I have X-Men behind me. Jack is known for super dynamic layouts, and it's clear that I think he started down that path and then was kind of encouraged to make it a little more simple, make it a little more approachable. And selfishly, it's like I want the crazy dynamic layout, but I understand with a theme like Pokemon, I don't know. With a theme like this, you want this to be as approachable and accessible to everybody as possible. And I think what I've heard, some people think this is his best layout because it shoots great and it shoots really fun. Travis, what were your initial experiences of the game?
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, everybody listening, keep in mind, I am a dealer, Stern, so you might hear me like glazing a little bit, but this is like my honest thoughts on it, though. It harkens back to what we've discussed the past couple of podcasts, to where I have this theory that I'm wondering what happens when a designer kind of does like the Chef Ramsay thing, to where you're looking at a world-class chef and you're saying, make me the best scrambled egg you possibly can, right? Because there's elegance and simplicity. And I think that pinball in general, if you look at all the layouts that have shown up, and I think this has always been happening since the 80s and 90s, it's just kind of exploded the past 10 years or so, to where everybody is going towards dynamic layouts, which what we mean by that, or what I specifically mean, is having multiple flippers on a game, all kinds of crazy ball paths, horizontal ball paths, and everything. But the issue with that is too much of something can be a bad thing. It's not always a good thing, because you have to have shots dialed in. You have to have, if your design has to have a certain setup, that sometimes makes it a little bit more difficult, especially if you're manufacturing 2, 5, 10,000 plus games, right? And it's got to get out there to locations, so on and so forth. So I think as soon as I saw what the layout was and I became aware of it, I knew immediately in my heart of hearts that this was going to be an absolute home run. But at the same time, I accepted that pinball enthusiasts that are hardcore about their dynamic layouts, whether it's on Pinside, Facebook, they're going to absolutely shit all over it. And I understand that. That's just the way it is. You can't please everybody. But I'm looking at it from the standpoint of, you need something that's different than what's out there. You need something that pulls more people into pinball. And there are plenty of themes out there that does that, but let's face facts. Pokemon is a massive, massive IP. It's like 3 or 4x anything else. It is clearly the biggest IP. It's not. I know a lot of people think it's Harry Potter. It's not. And Harry Potter is massive on its own. It just gives you an idea. And we've talked about this before, that Jersey Jack took a very big risk with how they designed Harry Potter and everything they did. And I think it paid off. I think they did get it on the design, right? But that is an inherent risk. Whereas with Pokemon, imagine if they did something like that. Like, imagine if it was the X-Men layout there. Yeah. That's a big risk, right? So, I mean, you're swinging for the fences there. And sometimes you're better off, not necessarily, I won't say play it safe, but you're better off making something that the majority of people can play and can feel good on and feel like they're hitting shots on. And because that's really what pinball is at the end of the day. Because a lot of us, if we're playing, like, whether it's a Godzilla, an X-Men, a Dune, or Harry Potter, and you feel like you're hitting all kinds of shots, we're really doing that from the standpoint that we've been playing pinball for a few years. We're not doing it from the standpoint that we're 3 weeks in and we're, fumbling the ball all over the place just trying to stay alive. So that in itself, I'm glad to see that Stern went that direction. Overall with it, I think the thing that I enjoyed the most about it is that shots are accessible. Rules are accessible right now. I'm kind of glad that they went that way. I'm sure that there's plenty of depth coming with the various Pokemon and all that. But other than that, like, I'm really happy with what I see. And that doesn't mean like the game's without fault or anything like that. Like, I'll be up front. I'm not a big fan of their 2-pop nest area, the nest of pops, because the ball doesn't come out over the middle of the play field at all. It just kind of hangs up and just goes to the left orbit and comes back down. Okay. Obviously, probably intentional, because you look at something like an AC/DC, for instance. Great example of something that has like 5 major shots to the game instead of like Star Wars that has 8 or 9. Yeah, it basically, and I'm talking about Fall of the Empire on that one, but the feed coming out of the pops there could be dangerous for people right down the middle. So I'm sure like something like that, maybe that's just a design choice. I'm personally not crazy about it, but I understand from the accessibility standpoint why that exists. Other than that, I think the middle mech, the Meowth that comes down, I think that's great. I think it's fantastic. I call it Junkyard on steroids, and I absolutely hate Junkyard, how that mech works.
It's way different than the Junkyard.
Oh yeah, it works on this. It's big, it's huge. You see it move. You're clear on what to do. You get to it, pretty quickly. So all that I really like.
Literally fun to hit. I mean,
it's a good mech. I think that they did a great job on that. The Pikachu that's on at the right ramp that moves back and forth. For me, I don't really care either way, just because I'm paying attention to the pinball. And I didn't notice anything in the code in which the ball would stop and it would guide my eyes toward Pikachu, towards moving or saying anything. So it might as well have been like Grogu on Mandalorian. I didn't notice it moving.
There is a post up there that stops it.
There is. On the ones that I played, though, Tom, it's like the post came up and then immediately released the ball.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't know if it was supposed to like hold it there for like
They'll
a scene.
Probably start something over there. Yeah. They're just not in the game yet.
Well, it came up. It was in the game. It came up quick when I started Pikachu's mode, which is on the right ramp. And it was a 2-ball multi-ball. But that post just came up real quick, and then within like less than a second later, the ball was already coming back to the right flipper. So I don't know if it just didn't catch it or what exactly was happening there. So yeah, I hope that they add in more for that.
Let me ask this, because I know a lot of people early on, Ellie's are gone, which props. I mean, those are gone.
I couldn't get an Ellie.
Yeah, Ellie's are gone, but the difference between the premium and the pro, as far as I can tell, Pikachu doesn't move, the Pokeball doesn't move, there's no magnet under the upper area, and then there's this weird Psyduck lock. So I know you can lock a ball, there's a little flap, so under the Pokeball you can that's how you catch the Pokemon, I think, is you go under that, and then it spits out the ball, just like the coffin on Elvira. It spits out the ball over there, and I know that entire mech isn't there on the pro. And then also the whirlpool, which apparently there are certain times where you use the little whirlpool on the left in lane.
Yeah, like on Squirtle and stuff like that.
The whirlpool isn't like the whirlpool on Star Wars or creature.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
I mean, it doesn't stay in there very long.
Okay.
So what's fascinating
they
is
designed it. That way.
And if you look at the, you guys will see this here really soon. Like I was taking a look at that whirlpool, and I could tell like they had like little cutouts in it that appeared to be slowing down the ball. So my theory is those weren't there before, and that ball probably just went like the whole entire time. And they're like, okay, we can't have this. We need to figure out a way to slow it down. I think that was their answer to slowing it down.
Right.
But I personally wish it would keep going a little bit more, because I was only getting like 4 or 5 around there at any one time. And when you're in the squirrel mode, I'm just saying, for me personally, if I see a whirlpool up top, I don't want to watch it there. But if I see a whirlpool at my flippers, like I don't mind if it spins a little bit. Like it's fun on Mustang and everything.
There's a gate so that there are times when initially the ball will just drop down and avoid the whirlpool entirely. So if they have the whirlpool tied into a mech, tied into like a specific mode, then that's one thing. Like on Star Wars, you hit that whirlpool sometimes when you're not trying to, and it's like, can I just give me my ball back? But this is, if it's tied into a mode where it's like, okay, I'm going to enjoy this right now because it's the mode. But my question is, pro or premium? Where are you at with that? Do you feel like it's an obvious answer here? Which ones do you think are going to sell more? What do you think, Tom?
I think they're going to sell more premiums, but I personally am just going to get a pro.
Okay.
Because that's just me.
But, okay.
That's fair.
But I've been getting pros now for a while, so
yeah, and you can always upgrade if you like fall in love with the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I know.
But I think like if you're a diehard Pokemon fan, you're gonna want to get a premium or an LE. The LE was freaking sweet, like the expression lights. Like if I'm comparing it to the way they did Walking Dead and this one. Like this one blows it away.
It's 9 day. Yeah.
Yeah. It blows it away. The lights on the outside look amazing, like in person.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And on the inside personally.
But with Spike 3, Spike 3 is designed in a way that all models could accept expression lights. So it comes,
I could get it for the Pro. Obviously it won't have the same, aesthetics and all that.
Sure,
and the purple pouting coating was
it was nice.
It looked nice on the cabinet, I thought.
I assume, and I mean, people already, this is the speculation side of this, right? Which is, I think people are already saying that the values of the LEs are probably going to go up. And that's just, there's an entire Pokemon collecting community that drop crazy money for Pokemon collectibles, and I think there will be certain people in that community that once they hear, oh, there's a pinball machine,
sure,
well, I gotta get one. They're gonna want the best. So I'm very curious. I would assume there are people. The LEs are gone, unfortunately, but I bet there are people that have some that are just going to hold on to them to sell them later. And
it's 100%. There's going to be a lag time between when like heavy duty Pokemon collectors become aware of this and start understanding what it is, compared to like when they want to pull the trigger and get something. So I think like this type of theme, this is like a pure evergreen theme. It's probably going to be manufactured for like 6 to 10 years at least. Like, no joke. I mean, obviously Star Wars was doing that until they shut it off to go to the next Star Wars. So, I mean, this definitely has that high-end potential. So the question really becomes, how are they going to implement Home Team and Insider Connect with it to, get your Pokemon and everything?
Yeah, draw people in, keep playing.
Yeah, 1,000%.
I think there's a lot to do with that. Tanyo is on code, and Tanyo, anytime that I would ask anybody at Stern, hey, what's Tanyo doing? It's because he did...
Tanyo's the lead. Andrew and Josh are also on it.
Correct. But with Tanyo, for years, like the last few years, it's what is Tanyo up to? Because after Foo, that was the last thing he did, and they always said he's on Insider Connect. So I think Tanyo knows Insider Connect inside and out. So I would assume the Insider Connected integration into Pokemon is going to be big. So it'll be exciting to see what that's like. Who all you've collected, or whether or not they do like.
I can't remember what they said, but I think it was like you could collect 150 Pokemon right now, and they're going to add more.
That's awesome.
Something like that.
That's awesome, and I'm excited to learn more. Obviously, the game still isn't out yet. It's a big out in an hour. When this is released, this will be released, within the next day.
Good, because I have an NDA.
Yeah, well, you guys will all see it. You guys will have all been able to see it after that. But I'm excited about it, and I know selfishly, like I really like crazy dynamic layouts, but this is the theme that absolutely deserves something that's approachable. Everybody that I've heard that's played it says it shoots amazingly well, and I don't. Maybe this is somewhat unfair, but Star Wars: Fall of the Empire is a huge IP, and I assume there was a similar conversation of, maybe we need to make this more approachable, not, more of a fan layout. If you were to compare the two, I'm kind of getting a vibe that is a pretty drastic difference in how they shoot and which one's more approachable.
I'll tell you straight up, it's a massive difference. Yeah. I mean, you can look at it once you see the playfield. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's simply because of geometry, right?
Yeah.
Tom? I mean, there's only so many shots you could fit in.
Right. There's definitely an area of forgiveness on the shots, but I mean, it's not to say it's the easiest game that's ever been made, but
sure,
I mean, you're gonna lose your ball. It's not Beetlejuice.
I mean, I think, I think for Stern,
I kid.
For Stern, it might be. So it's kind of odd. It's like it might be one of the easier shooters, but there's still areas to where things could go sideways quick, to where you could lose your ball. Like if that left ball guy doesn't come back to the left flipper and goes into a sling instead, you're dead. If you're not able to handle the scoop kick out from that little town scoop, because it was powerful on the games that I played. I don't know about you, Tom, but it wasn't like a dead bounce over. It would like bounce up into the sling or bounce like straight up. So it had like a lot of velocity there. And then an area out of the junkyard area on the right-hand side, or I say junkyard area, out of the Meowth area, the battle, it tend to, at least on the ones that I played, if you let it roll down the right side, it would go either into the left sling or even towards the left out lane. So there are still danger zones, because there needs to be in pinball. But whether that's all intentional, don't know, or whether that's going to be, kind of changed around a little bit as the games keep getting manufactured. I don't know. But either way, it's a fun game. It's a fun game.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited to see it in an hour, and I'm excited to play it. Hopefully stream it soon. I think I had heard that the pros are going to go out first. So
yes,
very quickly it sounded like.
Yeah, that's exciting. That I don't know. I'm excited for Stern. I'm excited for Pokemon and this theme and Pokemon enthusiasts. It's just interesting, like everything in pinball, to see some people already frustrated or upset. They're like, what are, Stern's phoning in these simple layouts. Where's the fun? It's like, no, I own a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And unfortunately, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, an amazing theme for so many people. And so many people hate Turtles because the game's brutal.
Hard.
No.
And it's like, you can just kill it. You can kill a theme with a bad layout. Turtles isn't bad, with a challenging layout.
I think what I wish some people in pinball would understand is not every machine that's made and not every theme has to be specifically for you. It's okay to have different things, because there's so many games being manufactured already. We can't just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. And that's kind of what I see all the manufacturers doing, in a way that they are trying to do something a little bit different, like a sprinkle here and there. Like obviously Spooky's championing the theme integration, lots of mechs moving around. JJP is about the lights, the pomp and circumstance of the LCD, putting everything into it. Obviously, Barrels of Fun is going with the cinematic version of pinball. And then you have Stern that's leaning heavily into the Insider Connected thing and into not necessarily tournament play, but into layouts location that can be play. Exactly. That can be put on location, take a beating, and be played. So there's different strokes for different folks. I mean, even Stern's taking chances on D&D with your story progress, or Venom leveling up somebody. Like there's definitely risk being had across pinball. So I think if anything, what I would encourage everybody to do is try something out. Even if you think you're going to hate it, try it out. You might actually like it. And guess what? If you don't like it, you have like 1,000 other options to go play and have fun with pinball. Yep.
And a pinball show like Pinball at the Beach is great for that, because you can see they had the whole skew of pinball. So it's just like you can be playing modern games, or you can go play an old. Just find your niche. My buddy Derek, who's local, he's becoming like a grumpy old man. He just all the modern stuff is like a turnoff to him. He's just like, I don't care about that thing, and he's just like, he's fully embraced the older alphanumeric, like that's the level of pinball that he loves. And that's great. That's great that it's out there. So find your niche, whether it's old Bally Williams days, modern pinball, EMs, whatever. That's what's awesome about this hobby. But I know, Travis, you got to work. You got to go like do your job.
Yeah. My apologies. I misread my timing. I thought I was going to have till 10:30, but it was just till 10. So because
go sell a pinball machine.
Can't read.
Yeah. Plug it up, man. Go ahead and do your plug.
I'm Travis Murie, and I got to get the heck out of here.
Okay.
I mean, I'm on Triple Drain, Pinball Company, and all that, but love you guys. You guys are awesome. Joel, even you're fine.
Oh,
you're fine, Joel. People think I hate Joel, and they're right, but right now I'm going to say he's awesome.
Thanks, Travis. Good luck today,
you guys
man.
Thank you. You guys take care, and I'm going to leave all this on so you guys keep going for as long as you think you need to go. All right, later, guys.
Bye.
Tom, this might be the best next whatever 20 minutes of Triple Drain we've ever had. Just to remind the listeners,
it's a safe environment now, Joel.
Just to remind the listeners, Triple Drain started because you, Tom, you wanted to start a podcast. You were going to do a solo endeavor.
Me, Tom.
Why
not start podcast?
All right. Well, Tom, there's only two other things that I can think of that I wanted to talk about, unless you have another topic. But
no.
Two games that I've had the opportunity to stream. Well, I already mentioned Foo. Foo was awesome.
Yeah.
Foo, the completed Foo code. Do you still own a Foo Fighters?
Oh, yeah.
Do you have Pro or Premium?
I have an LE.
LE. Dude, I streamed an LE. What an awesome game. That game is so fleshed out, and Foobot is awesome. Like to work towards Foobot, once you understand that, I love objective-based wizard modes where it's like, what do I want to work on? And it's just understanding. It's like, oh, all I have to do is beat one mode. Like, it's not like I have to beat all the modes. I just have to beat one mode in one go. Boom, do that. And then it's like, hit to this multi-ball. You have to get to Combitron. You have to play Area 51 multi-ball. You have to do the Sonic Radio. It's like, once you understand what you have to do, get to, what is it? The Bot Frenzy mode. Like, once you understand your tasks, it's just, you can totally shift how you play that game.
Yep.
And oh man, I love the layout. I love the way it shoots. That center spinner never gets old. And Ray, believe it or not, he did a good job. The code is really good. The code is very, very good on that game. So I just think it's crazy with Foo Fighters. That game came out and it was selling like hotcakes. Everybody owned it. And then for whatever reason, the value of the game just kind of plummeted because people started selling them. And I'm going to tell you now, if you're a Foo Fighters fan, get in on one. Go get one.
You can get a Pro for under like 5,000. It seems like
it's insane.
I know.
And the Premium or LE with the expression lights, like Jared had a blast. Like that game, and I understand band pins can be, it's hard to own a band pin if you don't love the band. Like
true,
because they're like, oh, I didn't know you were such a KISS fan. It's like, well, I'm not, but I really like the pinball game. It's like. So I get it.
Yeah, you don't necessarily have to like the band to like the game.
Yeah. I get it. Oh, you have Elton John too. Elton John's one of those.
Elton John.
But it's, I don't know. Foo Fighters, awesome. That was one of those like, man, that game was great. And then the other game I streamed, Predator. I had the opportunity to stream Predator.
Sorry, Joel.
Well, I know you played Predator at Expo and a bunch of people played Predator at Expo.
I wasn't a fan of it. I just like, I don't know. Maybe it was the game I played or something, but like
the flippers were pretty tired at the game at Expo.
Yeah. And also like, I had a shot to lock a ball and like I hit it like a couple times and it didn't work and you figured like, and I had to go anyways because I had to go stream. So
it's my takeaway with Predator. Jared and I, we had a fun time. We had a fun time streaming it. From a technical standpoint, it was a challenge to get everything working with the video and the audio, but I got it. I got everything working. I had to do some tweaks. I understand this game's coming over on a boat. So mad respect for all the Australian listeners and European listeners that get all of their games off a boat, because that thing, your game's beat up by the time it gets to you. So mad respect for you guys having to tweak your games and get them working, because I had to tweak this one. There was an opto issue, but I got it all working, had a good time, had a great time playing it that Wednesday night. But I had a lot of people at Pinball at the Beach. What are your thoughts on Predator? What I will say is, if you own an Alien and you like your Alien, then you will like Predator. It's just, understanding that every manufacturer has different quirks. And so a Pinball Brothers game has its own unique quirks that are different than JJP, that are different than Spooky. So if you know what those quirks are and you like those quirks, you like how the game feels, how the flippers feel, how the build quality, like if you like all of that, then yeah, I would say you will like Predator. Between the two, I preferred Alien. I think Alien is the better game. But overall, I'd give Predator a solid B. It's fine. I mean, I would even say it's good, but it's just the modes. There was nothing in the game that like blew me away. The multi-ball with that loads up over in the mech with the machine gun. That's a pretty cool multi-ball. That's a pretty cool moment. But overall, the layout's fine. All the shots, you can hit all the shots. They're all accessible. The modes, the code itself, I just filmed a tutorial. It's all good. Like, it's a good game, but it's really hard as an American. That's a $12,000 game to get it over here, plus shipping, plus this, plus that. And man, you look at games in pinball right now, there's a lot of good games you can buy for $12,000.
True.
And that's where it's just like, I just feel like that game, it's just not on the same level, in my opinion, as
they said they were
some of the other games.
They said they were gonna end production of it soon too, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be. That's one of those, and I understand in this hobby there are collectors that they just like collecting more obscure games, more rare games. Absolutely, Predator will fit in your collection.
Yeah,
just
if you have
fine.
a big collection,
go for it. But would I put Predator on location? No. Would I, like, in a small lineup, 4 or 5 games? It's just,
probably
I don't know, unless you're just a diehard Predator fan. But even if you are a diehard Predator fan, it's so obvious that Arnold Schwarzenegger is not in the game. Like, it is comical how they've blurred his face or edited certain scenes to, like, oh, you can't see him because he's running through the brush. Oh, that's the back of his head. Oh, that's his arm. Oh, I mean, it's creative what they did to get as much of him in the game as they can without him being in the game.
Sure.
But I don't know. You do miss him being in the game, and that's where I feel like Alien, the sound is better in Alien.
To the
Alien
chopper.
feels yeah. Jared and I had a good time. So if you're on the fence, go back and watch our Predator stream. But yeah, if you're like, I bet there are people that'll buy the game and own the game. Retro Ralph owns the game and loves the game. I'm happy for you, Ralph. I'm glad that you really love that game. But man, it's just hard to me. I just hard personally to try to even put that in the same level as some of the games that came out last year.
Not every pinball machine is gonna be on the heartstrings of every person. So
True.
True. I mean, you hate Rush. I love Rush.
Rush just kicked me in the balls over and over and over again. I need to stream it again, honestly.
It was a tough game to like get a grasp of when I first had it, you know. Yeah. But I love the game so much and the theme, I just had to like pound on it.
So I had a shout out to George Fisher with Don't Panic Flip. He had asked me, do I still love Turtles? And the reality is, I get it. I understand. In my world, Turtles, S tier theme. It is one of my top 3 teams. I love Turtles. But if I'm going to be honest, is Turtles an S tier pinball machine? No, it's not. I understand. I really like the code. I've really learned to love I love the layout, but I understand for most people, it's a brutal layout. It's a harder to find layout, but if you own it, you find the shots, you play it enough, you can really it's far from a bad game. I think it gets a bad rap. I think it's a good game. I still have my Pro. Yeah, but I think that's something that I understand. Rush is Rush to you. So even if Rush was bad, you'd still love that game to death because it's Rush. Yeah. So I get that.
As a Rush fan, it's very well done. Honestly.
Oh yeah. The last game I streamed this week, KISS. This is a KISS LE that Zach got in on trade. It's a game that I may have played one time before we streamed it. That's a great game.
Yeah, I used to have one.
That is a great game. Like some of these games, I don't know. I don't know if I'm just naive, or I just don't know, or I just started a little late because that's 2015. That game was fun. Yeah. And I don't love game. KISS, but there's a simplicity to it. Once you understand, fill the grid. Here's how you fill the grid. Simple task-based, objectives. Yep. On the LE, the wizard mode, there's a magnet in the back. with the Star Child multi-ball. I mean, the scoop sucks. The scoop is brutal.
Yeah, it's a tough shot.
Yeah, that scoop is
hit it
right up there with. Well, I get it. Rush got a lot of like grief for that scoop, essentially in the same spot. But there's a Cliffy protector on this. I think they all came with one.
Yeah, that makes it worse.
Exactly.
No, it didn't come with it.
Oh, so they must have added it because even I watched the Bowen tutorial and Bowen was like, "Get it off, like, take the protector off because it makes it really hard." But I don't know. I think in pinball. And you're an incredibly good player, but I like sometimes just having a more simplistic game, maybe having in your lineup. Give yourself a Harry Potter, which has 8 movies worth of assets and crazy deep code and crazy stuff to experience. You can enjoy that game, but make sure you have in your collection a game that you can just step up and play and step up, and you don't have to overthink. Just play the game. The center ramp on KISS is honestly probably one of the best ramps in pinball.
Yeah.
It feels
it's
so good.
It's very, I would say, pretty easy to hit. Like,
very easy to hit.
You could just loop it all day long.
Yeah. Just so smooth. It reminds me of the Led Zeppelin ramp.
And then there's the right ramp.
Oh, the right ramp sucks. The right ramp is brutal. And of course you have to hit the right ramp to light your instruments, and that's pretty important. And that's what holds you back from just blowing up the game. But honestly, it's like it's very simple objectives, but collecting instruments is the challenge, and you only need one challenging objective to keep you coming back.
Yep.
Otherwise, if that right ramp was just butter and you could just hit it all day, you'd blow through the code on that game.
Oh, absolutely.
So fast.
Absolutely. Tough shot through the pop bumpers too on that game.
Yes, left orbit.
Four pop bumpers and
Oh yeah. So it's you got some shots that you can hit all day, and then you got a few others that are challenging, and the way that the code is laid out, sprinkled in, where it's just that this is the challenging. Oh, got through it. Okay, let me do this, and I don't know. It was great. So it's just I've had a blast streaming some of these games that I just didn't. I like Munsters. We've talked about it before. Munsters was one that gets a bad rap, and great game. Great game, like so much fun.
Yeah, I could see Munsters being on the lines of actually like a Pokemon. I think there's going to be a lot more to Pokemon than Munsters is.
Okay.
So, but I could see like really high end top tier players being like, Pokemon's too easy.
I will be very curious to see how Pokemon fits into your tournament lifestyle.
I think if you made it, you can make it hard. You could move the out lane posts and put a tighter tilt on it and make the slings really sensitive. It could be a tough game.
Okay. I'm curious to see. We'll have to wait and see on that one. Of your current collection, Tom, what's the easiest game? Let's stick with modern. But what's the easiest game that you have?
For me, probably Addams Family is probably my easiest one.
Okay. Yeah.
Like I can walk up to that and just kind of
tour the mansion.
Yeah. And,
What about LCD game?
That's a tougher one. I'd have to think about it. I'd say probably Rush, honestly.
Whoa. Okay. All right. Okay. Because my follow-up question was going to be, when I just think some people, if a game's too easy, like Deadpool, there's a lot of people that sold Deadpool because they're like, I've beaten it many times.
I still have my Deadpool. I mean, it's a good game. The thing with Deadpool is, you can get like a really good game going, but then it can really, and that's another game. Like I made the sling super sensitive on it, so
you made it harder.
It makes the game way harder.
I asked Josh Sharp because I saw he had a Monster Bash in his collection. I was like, how do you have a Monster Bash at your level? I just thought that would be a game that people would be bored of so fast.
Josh knows how to set up a game hard.
And he goes, make the slings tight, make the outlanes big and the slings tight, and it's not a hard, it becomes a totally different game.
Yeah, so, you learn, I've gone to the IFPA championship twice, and that's like an invite only thing, and you learn pretty quick I really gotta make my games harder.
Yeah.
You know, like they make those modern games. Usually the classic games are pretty playable, but the modern games, like, your ball touches the sling, it just grazes it and it's gonna fire.
Boom.
You know.
Yeah. Well, that's what's been interesting playing some of these games that Zach's gotten in on trade, because these aren't brand new games. So it's like some of these are worn in a little bit, or they have mods on them. I don't know if I talked about this on Triple Drain, but I streamed a Bond LE. Yeah. And the Bond had the mech where when you would hit the underwater mech, that scoop, instead of the scoop firing it back up at the rocket, it's like a 180 horseshoe that just feeds the left in lane.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So it's a wire form that it's just a small wire form that will feed the left in lane.
Did you like that?
I liked it. I blew the game up one night, but watching some of the Facebook comments, people are like, that mech makes the game way too easy. And I get it, because now you're feeding the left flipper in a very safe way and the ball feed in there. So it's like, okay, I get it. It is safer for sure. But I thought it added a lot more enjoyment to the game, because the depth of code in that game now, there is so much to do in that game.
Yes.
So, you know, if you're going to have a game that deep, you want it to be accessible. You want it to be, you know, I don't want to only be able to play 2 or 3 villains every single time I play. Like, I want to see depth of code. So I thought that was a cool mech. I've had multiple games with precision flippers. I do like the extra power. I don't think it's needed on every game, but at the same time, I've never had precision flippers on a game that I felt, I need to take these off. Like, it's just, you can put them on and then you can always turn down your coil strength. So there's in the DUNE thread, there are people putting precision flippers on their DUNE, and I'm curious. I'm curious if I would want to do that.
On my DUNE, I increased the power on the right flipper. The left flipper was fine. The right one just didn't seem to like make the shot past the worm into the harvester. And then when there's just certain things you got to do to dial in your game. But when I did that, like, then the game, like, I'm like, oh, this is how I should play.
The ramp behind the worm to kill the harvester, there are people on Pinside that are putting shims under the front flap of that ramp.
Okay.
So, you know, the ramp is a very steep ramp. Very short and steep ramp. So the idea is if you shim that front one, it makes the ramp a little less steep. Okay. And they're saying they're getting way less rejects. So I'm curious.
That's possible.
If anybody's done that, I mean, write in tripledrain@gmail.com or comment on the YouTube video. I'm just curious if that's worth doing. I actually sent the thread page to David Van Ness, and I was like, what are your thoughts on this? And he said, oh, we'll look into this.
I did have to dial in my worm. My worm was like slightly higher than the playfield.
Yeah.
And their software to do it is like phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, you just go in there, boom, boom,
That's
boom.
Awesome.
And
I'm pumped. I'm pumped for DUNE.
Oh, DUNE's great.
We are, I mean, sorry, we apologize to everybody that's still listening, but it's
they're like, where's Travis?
We apologize for missing January, but we knew if we recorded, Pokemon would be released, 2 days later. I know you guys are going to have a chance. Travis will obviously get one at the Pinball Company. You'll probably get one at Lumberjack Johnny's or something close, or your own personal one soon. Yep. Hopefully I'll be able to stream one soon. So we'll have a lot more pinball to play in the next few weeks. So hopefully we can record again sometime soon.
I really thought, like, code-wise, it was like kind of like Bally Williams meets Stern.
Awesome.
Like, yeah. Like, the ramps and the orbits had, 3 shots start your mode. And then you could also do like a battle in the scoop. And there was a lot going on for early code.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to see it in 40 minutes. It's gonna be
the countdown has begun.
41 minutes is when I will be able.
Are
to
you going
to
go live afterwards?
I'm not going to go live. I might record a talking to Zach. He's like, hey, if you ever want to do like reaction type or initial impression stuff. So we'll see. I mean, I got everything set up. It might be easy enough to do.
I know we've done that before, where we've like.
Oh, we did it that night. Yeah.
We did it during the day. Like once.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Could do that.
That is fun. All right. Well, was there anything else? Anything else, Tom, that you wanted?
I'm good.
I think we're good. Travis, you're. I just think it's funny. He says he's got to like do stuff, but I can't really imagine him like doing
stuff,
anything. Like he just, like, honestly, there's zero chance he's going to listen to this. Zero chance. So, like, realistically, like, if I had to give him a performance review as a co-host, I mean, is he meeting expectations, Tom? Like, maybe we've just set the expectations
I'm pretty sure
low.
he is. I mean,
he's meeting them, but it's just, I just set the expectations where I think he can hit them, but I just don't know. He says, maybe he's probably taking a nap. He's probably taking a nap in the other room. I don't know. I gotta don't know
take
what
a nap before I gotta sell games.
But what's he doing, Tom? We've seen him with technology. I mean, I don't know. I know he made some videos, so maybe he's releasing videos. He's probably doing something. Maybe we should get is it Dominic? We should get Carrie. We should get Carrie on here.
Carrie would be good.
Carrie, his coworker, and we can get some truth out of her. You know, how is he? Is he okay?
I could probably say that Carrie does 98% of the fixing of, or the tech work.
Yeah, and Travis probably does 98% of the breaking of the game, you know? So it's just, I think that's what it is Travis has excelled in life because he surrounds himself with strong women. So he's got Carrie to build him up professionally. He's got Monica to build him up at home, you know?
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think that's the key. That's the key. But all right, Tom, go ahead and plug it up, dude.
All right. Fox Cities Pinball and Triple Drain. You can find me either way. Fox Cities Pinball, I do mostly all my live streams on Twitch, so you can find me there.
Yeah, and then Silverball Swag. If you want to buy some Fox Cities merch, you can also get some Flipping Out merch at Silverball Swag.
Heck yeah.
And you can get Triple Drain merch at Silverball Swag. So check all that out. We have a Zazzle store for anybody that wants to buy Triple Drain lunchbox. They're out there. They're out there. My name is Joel, and I do the Flipping Out Pinball stream every Wednesday night with my brother Jared. Feel free to check out that. Just click on the live tab on YouTube, and then also some tutorials there if you want to learn how to play some games. If you really want to learn how to play Foo Fighters, don't watch my tutorial because Ray said it's painful. So I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was good, but yeah,
I'm sure it's fine.
It's fine. But yeah, like always, Tom, you get the last words.
Check out Pokemon.